In today's video, we're going to cover everything that you need to know about dropshipping versus print on demand. What's the difference? Which one is better? Which one is the right one for you? Make sure you watch this video all the way to the end because I'm going to answer every one of these questions and more. And also make sure that you stick around to the end because I'm going to give you a little bonus that there is really going to help you bring these two together. Before we begin, let me know down in the comments below what you think about print on demand and what you think about drop shipping. Which one is your favorite? Are you doing drop shipping? Are you doing print on demand? And let me know how your success has been. With all that out of the way, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so first things first, what is drop shipping and what is print on demand? So simply put, both of these are fulfillment business models where all you have to do is fulfill the order. So with drop shipping, let's say somebody places an order on your drop shipping for a pair of headphones. They make the purchase for $150. And instead of you going to your inventory and taking these headphones, packing them up, slapping a shipping label on them and sending them out, all you have to do is reroute your order to your supplier and they take care of everything for you. You paid $50 for those headphones, so the remaining $100 are your profit. Now, what about print on demand? So what happens in print on demand is pretty much the exact same thing. Somebody's going to place an order on your store for a particular t-shirt. They're going to pay $25 for it. Then you're going to go ahead and place that order with your supplier or your printer. And you're going to spend maybe about $7 for it. Your supplier is going to take care of the entire production and fulfillment. So again, you don't really have to do much. The remaining $18 is your profit. Now, the biggest difference between drop shipping and print on demand is going to be that drop shipping is primarily with certain types of items, trending items, things like headphones, dog toys, watches, furniture, office supplies, tons of different electronics, pretty much any type of product that you can drop ship. Now, with print on demand, the biggest difference is you're going to be printing your design on the actual product. With print on demand, for the most part, one of the most popular items is going to be t-shirts, tumblers, pair of shorts, blankets, bath masks, things like that. Now, these products are going to have your own design on them. So you're going to make a design, upload it to your print on demand supplier, and then they're going to print it on the product before shipping it out. And that's pretty much it. Those are the two main differences between drop shipping and print on demand. So what is print on demand drop shipping? Now, you might hear the term print on demand drop shipping thrown around every so often. Let me go ahead and clear that up for you right now. There are really not much of a term as print on demand dropshipping. A lot of the people associate print on demand with actual printing a particular product on demand. So let's say somebody places an order for a t-shirt and I use my own equipment to print that t-shirt myself. Some people confuse that as print on demand, which I can see why, because technically I'm going to get an order and print on it on demand. But the actual term print on demand does not reflect the type of printing or that type of business. The term print on demand is used for the most part as an order fulfillment business model. So now you know that drop shipping and print on demand are pretty much their own business models. They're similar, but they have their key differences. So up until now, drop shippers and print on demand business owners have pretty much been at two completely opposite ends of the spectrum. They don't typically have much or anything to do with each other. But when you really think about it and you start getting down to the nitty-gritty, both business models are extremely similar. The biggest difference that I can see that print in demand is a bit more geared towards people who have design or people who like to get creative. So as long as you know what the demographic of people that you're targeting want and what they're interested in, you can make sales regardless of what type of product. Look at both of these business models. You're really not going to be fulfilling or doing much of anything once the order is placed. What you're going to be doing is simply rerouting that order unless your business is already automated, which in most cases for print on demand, it is. So with drop shipping, you're going to be doing product research in terms of looking for different types of products that are currently trending. Now, for this, you have tons of sources that you can use for your advantage. For example, we have different types of blog articles. There's our Instagram, our Facebook. There, we provide you with winning product suggestions and inspirations that you can sell. You have things like social media. TikTok is extremely powerful. There, you can find exactly what is trending and what people are looking for at the same exact moment. All right, what about money and profit margins? Well, when it comes to profit margins, drop shipping and print on demand can be all over the place. It really depends on what type of products that you're selling and really how you're marketing. With drop shipping, you have some very generic items, some that you can sell for pretty cheap, but then you also have some really expensive items that you can sell, which are called high ticket drop shipping. So for things like that, you're going to be selling pretty much some fancier items or some big ticket items. Some big ticket items such as furniture, high-end jewelry, some pretty cool light fixtures, and there are tons of different high-end products that you can drop ship. Now, on the opposite end of that spectrum, you have a lower ticket item or very generic items, let's say a back cracker or a super bright flashlight. These types of items typically are going to be on the lower end. So depending on the product, you're probably going to be making $5 to $25 in profit. Again, this can vary wildly, but just to give you more or less of a ballpark in these general areas. Now, when it comes to print on demand, you are going to have more stable profit margins, but they're not necessarily going to be higher. So let's take, for example, t-shirts. Depending on your supplier, you're going to source them for about $7. Again, that really depends on how much you're printing. Are you printing on the front, the back, the type of t-shirt? And as far as selling them, for the most part, you're going to be selling them for around $20 to $25. Taking best practice into consideration, you're going to be covering shipping, and that's going to run you about $5 as well. So in total, you're going to be paying about $12 for your product. Let's say that you sell it for $23. Well, then you made about $11 in profit. Now, while that might not seem like a lot, you have to think about it this way. When it comes to print on demand, people are going to be buying your items multiple times over. You're going to have a lot of people that go into your store, whether it be your Etsy, eBay, or your Shopify store, and they're going to purchase the same item over and over forever. So a lot of people are going to purchase the same t-shirt, a lot of people are going to purchase the same hoodie, and a lot of people are going to purchase the same bath mat. Now, different type of products are going to have different profit margins. So in my opinion, one of the most profitable ones is always going to be hoodies. Hoodies, depending on the hoodies itself, you're going to source between maybe 15 to about 25. And you can easily sell those for about 45 to 60. So the profit margin there is going to be a little bit higher than, let's say, a typical t-shirt. And like I mentioned earlier, it also depends on your branding. And when it comes to drop shipping, if you start your own line of product using drop shipping products, then you can charge a little bit more. People typically are willing to pay more for a branded product. And like I mentioned earlier, it really depends on your branding. When it comes to drop shipping, if you start your own line of products using drop shipping products, then you can charge a little bit more. People typically are willing to pay more for a branded product. Same thing goes for print on demand. A lot of people start generic print on demand where they have a little bit more of everything. But then there are other people that really niche down and they start a brand on, let's say, hustling, or they start brand based on animals. So let's say that you start a brand called Hustle Incorporated, and in it you have different types of hoodies along with t-shirts and maybe some hats. They're all being sold under your brand name, Hustle Incorporated. And they all have relevant designs regarding the hustle, getting money, getting paid, entrepreneurship, things like that. You're going to be able to charge a lot more for it. Let's say a hoodie than you would if you would doing generic products. So as your own brand, you're easily going to be able to charge about $60 for that hoodie. Whereas with a generic design or a generic store, you're going to be able to charge a lot less. So let's say maybe $30 to $35. Again, it really depends on how you market your product and the product itself. But just to give you a general idea. That concludes part 1 of our comparison between dropshipping and print on demand. And today's content provides a general overview with Max Dropshipping. You not only gain access to a wide range of dropshipping products, but you can also seamlessly integrate print on demand offering to meet your brand's unique needs. In the next video, we'll explore multiple dimensions of difference between dropshipping and print on demand, including product selection, shipping, and much more, and help you define which model to maximize your brand's revenue. Subscribe to Max Dropshipping and turn on the notifications to stay updated with actionable insights and solutions tailored for your businesses.